everyone, it's Tiffany from the Madison Area Public Library. I'm back having another open book session with our very own Sarah, who works in customer service all over in the front and in the back, and hosting workshops for our library. So we're going to ask her some questions today and get some great answers. How are you doing today, Sarah?
I'm doing great. How are you?
You ready? I'm great. You ready to get started?
I'm ready.
Wonderful. Okay, question number 1. What do you do for Madison Area Public Library District?
I am a customer service associate, so basically any patrons that are coming in, we troubleshoot what they need. So our goal is to provide customer service, solve problems, answer questions, direct people where they need to go, and make sure that they leave happy.
And she does it fantastically. So, question number 2. How did you get started or interested in doing what you do?
I started as a page when I was 16. It was my first job. I loved the library. I loved reading. It just seemed like a good fit for me. And I've basically been here ever since. And I've done a variety of things here. I love the atmosphere. I love my coworkers, and the patrons are fantastic.
It's a lot of love. A lot of people start out as library workers as kids, so you know it's a great place to be because they want to grow up and continue on. So next up, Sarah, what is your educational background?
I have a bachelor's degree in creative writing with minors in psychology and sociology. And then I went back to get my master's in gerontological psychology. And I also had a certificate in clinical hypnosis.
It's a lot. Very good. So compared to what you do for the library, what else do you do outside of the libraries that's similar?
I do a lot of consulting type work with families and older adults who are looking to potentially place someone in a long-term care setting, or who just have questions about what do I do to make things easier for my loved one. I also work another job in the capacity of customer service, so I have a lot of customer service interfacing. I talk to a lot of different people who work on a lot of different problem-solving issues. I also write, and I'm currently working on a book with one of my colleagues about a family and an older adult who is choosing to move to an assisted living community.
Sounds very interesting. I'll make sure to check that out. So what is your favorite topic to inform people of?
I would say that anything related to the aging process is probably my favorite topic to inform people about. I'm very passionate about making sure people have their wishes in place and that they are comfortable with decisions that they're making. And so I do a lot of dialogue and a lot of active listening to try to understand where people are coming from. And I also just love listening and helping people cope with different situations they're going through.
Very informative topics. So next up, when you're not doing that kind of stuff, what do you do in your free time?
In my free time, I love to kickbox. I love to run. I do some writing. I love listening to music, spending time with family and friends, and of course reading.
Pretty active. I've seen your kickboxing pictures, so I can vouch for that. You don't want to mess with Sarah in that capacity. So next up, during the quarantine, did you learn anything new?
During the quarantine, I don't know if I learned something new, but I guess I became much more appreciative about the different things in my life that I maybe took for granted before. So something simple like being able to hug my nephew, or the difference between doing a kickboxing live video versus being in the studio. I learned that it is a lot of time on your hands and a lot of thinking that goes on when you are quarantining. And also I did some sessions through WebJunction, so I learned some more things about different ways to enhance my work here at the library, as well as doing some additional research for different topics of older adults.
Excellent. Sounds like you stay busy. So, you mentioned earlier about things you like. I know personally you are a music lover. You feel music feeds your soul. So do you have a favorite song or group or artist?
I have quite a few, and over the past couple of years I've enhanced I guess I've broadened my horizons as far as what I listen to. Boyz II Men will always be my favorite, forever, always. But lately I have been listening to a lot of Breaking Benjamin, Saliva, 3 Days Grace, and then some of my favorite old school songs. So the Peebo Bryson type stuff, and the Genesis and Phil Collins. So I'm always listening to something because music does calm me, and I find that a lot of songs' lyrics pertain to situations that I'm going through in life, and I love that. My favorite part of songs are the lyrics because you can relate.
Music does seem to do that, so I had to ask you that because I know you're a music lover. So because of what we do and where we are and who you are, what's the last book you read?
The last book that I've almost finished is Robin Cook, Genesis. It's a fantastic book. I love Robin Cook. He incorporates medical, his background as an ENT, so he incorporates medical with situations that are very real in today's society, things that we might not know are currently happening, but probably are happening. And so that's the book. I have about 20 pages left, and it has been a great book.
Oh, wonderful. So, not to catch you off guard, but I had to throw in a quirky question. If 2020 was a food, what do you think it would be?
2020 was a food. That's an interesting question. I would say perhaps jambalaya, because it has been a very hot and spicy year, and it's a variety of flavors, but the flavors could represent a variety of drama, because it seems like we have had an excessive amount of drama.
That's true. It is very true. Okay, thank you for joining us today, Sarah.
Thank you for having me.
Wonderful. And thank you for tuning in to another Open Book Librarian session. Make sure to tune in the future and check Sarah out online as she hosts videos for managing the aging process, senior services, and much more.